This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by former multi-weight world champion Nonito Donaire here in Las Vegas. Nonito, this is a home of boxing for yourself. You've boxed here many times previously. How are you?
I'm great, man. This is incredible.
Obviously, we're here. You've just seen your former opponent up there on the scales. What do you make of Inoue as he kind of comes towards what many will think of his end of maybe his time here, talking about moves up to featherweight, and others talk about Nakatani fight as well. But on the scales, what do you make of him?
I mean, I've been in the ring with him, so I know exactly what he's capable of. He's an incredible fighter. Great power, great speed, great timing, you name it, he has it. And most of all, he's very, very tough as well. He can take a punch. So for me, I just look forward to seeing him fight again. For me, I'm a fighter, so I'm like, maybe I can line myself up there too.
I'm going to ask about that because I just listened to the huddle you just gave to some of the international media, and you said it's what makes you feel a bit sick in the head that you want to challenge yourself against him again despite his own improvements.
This is why I'm in boxing, because I love that. I love that thrill, And the more better that I see him, the better that he gets, the more I'm like, man, I got to get better too. I want to get in there, So this is why people say, I'm like, oh man, this guy's crazy. I'm like, yeah, you become a champion because you're a little bit crazy.
Given what you've accomplished in the sport, Nonito, and where you are in your career, what is the motivation? What gives you the desire, the hunger to still want to get in there and challenge yourself?
I've come to a point of my realization about life that, today's pretty much what we have, and to me, I wanna be able to keep fighting as long as I can, because I know that there might be a time that I won't, and that's why when I'm still capable and able and be competitive with all these guys, I'm going to continue to do that.
Is that a hard realisation to somewhat think about at times, that maybe at some point the end will come?
No, not so much. I mean, that's why I'm taking every moment to be in the ring, because you know what? I love being in there, and when it's time for me to just hang it up, it's time for me to hang it up, But I did everything. I would never question myself to say, man, I should have did this, I should have did that, So when it's time, it's time.
With the theme of now Inoue against Cardenas, what are you expecting from that fight?
I think Inoue's gonna go out there like he always does. Use power, use the feints, use his footwork and his speed, and land those big shots that you don't see, and take his opponent out.
As again, we mentioned earlier, Junto Nakatani. What would you make of a bout between Junto Nakatani and Naoya Inoue?
That would be an incredible fight. Because Junto being a southpaw and Inoue being dropped by a southpaw, and Junto is a heavy hitter too and tall guy. So that right there is a challenge for Inoue himself, but at the same time, it's also a challenge for Nakatani. I think it's a great fight.
I heard you say as well, you mentioned Rafael Espinosa as a potential fight, even Inoue was to make a move up in weight. Two big, tall guys we're talking about there, Nakatani and Espinosa. What gives you the confidence that Inoue can deal with those taller men?
I mean, taller is not the issue. I've fought a guy who's 5'11". Fought a guy who's 5'9", 5'10", and stuff like that. It's not the issue of a taller guy. It's just the weight. If he's straining to make the weight, then he shouldn't be there, right? Because the weight does count a lot, especially if you're fighting bigger guys.
Just whilst I've got you, Nonito, and taking me back to last night and the show in Times Square, a big shock in that main event, Rolly Romero upsetting Ryan Garcia. What did you make of that fight and Rolly's victory?
Man, I was so happy because Rolly's my boy. I mean, Ryan's a good kid, but Rolly's my boy. I've seen him. I've talked to him for so many times. He's like part of our family. My kids play with him on Nintendo Switch and stuff like that. So when he won, when he dropped Ryan, the kids were jumping up and down. So we were very, very happy.
What did you make of his performance itself? He seemed to somewhat always be in control, and his jab to the body, he was working a treat for having on.
Hey, that was one of the best Rolly you got right there. Very, very disciplined, and it's very, very, very difficult to be disciplined throughout the whole 12 rounds, and he showed that he can do it too.
He's obviously shared the card there with a number of 140 fighters, other 147 fighters. Who would you like to see Rolly run it with next?
Just anybody, man. Whatever Rolly wants, he's capable to do anything. But for me, I'm just so happy to see him win and become a three-time champion, and become world champion again. So, whatever Rolly wants. For me, I'm just happy because of the outcome.
So victories as well for Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez, but Devin Haney against Jose Ramirez didn't really set the world alight. What did you make of Devin's performance?
Well, Devin's a boxer, and that's, sometimes you win those kind of fights and people might not appreciate it, but he did win the fight, and it opens up another level for him to fight again. I mean, it wasn't fan friendly for a lot of people, but a victory is a victory. Sometimes you'd rather take that than a close, hard fight.
I've seen the build-up. There was talk about Haney Garcia too. Do you feel like Rolly scuppered those plans
Oh,
now?
100%, 100%. Rolly smashed that whole path, So, but yeah, man, I appreciate you for this, and thank you for this interview, brother.
Nonito, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.